Minecraft is a game that can go on forever. With so many different possibilities, with so many different options as to what to do, you could have a world that lasts for years and years and years, and that world is still incomplete. But even with an infinite amount of possibilities, sometimes a world that you've been in for a while can start to run dry. Top of the morning to you elites, it's me, your boy Waddles. In today's video, we're going to talk about when you should restart your world and why you should restart your world. Maybe you have a Minecraft world that is really stacked, you've been in it for a while, you can't decide whether you should restart or keep the world. If that's you, this is the video for you. Not gonna lie, this video might kinda be for me, but hey, that's not the point. If you enjoyed today's video, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe. We're on that road to 700,000 subscribers, and your boy needs your help. Let's start today's video by creating a seed. You've had a Minecraft world for 8 months. In those 8 months, you've had a lot of fun in that Minecraft world. You've done a lot of cool things. You've also not done a lot of other things, but you're starting to feel bored of that world. Should you restart or should you not? The first thing you should ask yourself is, am I alone in this world? Hey, okay, not in a deep way like that. Like, are you alone in your Minecraft world? Are more people going to join your world? Maybe you're big into playing this game with your friends because you have friends and because Minecraft gets a lot more fun with friends. If you have new people joining your world and that world is established, those people probably aren't going to have as much fun. I mean, sure, it is nice to join a world and get handed iron, diamonds, coal, everything you would need, but at the same time, if that happens, you miss that entire early game survival grind. Now, I know some people don't like that early game grind, they'd rather have a bunch of gigantic farms and literally have diamonds handed to them, but I mean, come on, that early game grind is what Minecraft is all about. When I really take in that early game grind in a world, take it a little slow at the start, I really start to get attached to the world and start to really enjoy the world. The early game grind is really good for a world. You get off to that perfect start and boom, you're attached to the world. You can't stop playing and all of a sudden, you haven't moved in like 3 weeks. So if you're planning on having a new person join your world, or if you have a server and a lot of new people are joining it, it might be time for a refresh. Now, if you're strictly a solo survival player, obviously that first one didn't apply to you. You would never have people joining your world if you don't play with people. The rest of this list is for everyone who plays this game, alone or with people. So next up, let me ask you a few questions. Do you like the builds in your world? Do you like the landscape in your world, like where you put your base? Do you like the vibe of your world? If the answer to any of those questions is no, or mostly no, it's definitely time for a new world. Sometimes, after I've been in a single Minecraft world for a while, I start to grow tired, repelled, even disgusted of even my favorite builds. Things just sort of go stale after a while. Once the builds start to feel a little stale, I start thinking about redoing the builds that I've already built, the things that I've already finished. I mean, it's that, or I start to consider the idea of ditching all of the builds, going somewhere else, and building a completely different town in a completely different style. Does that sound like you? Also, it's pretty common for me to lose interest and grow uninspired by the area around my base. Maybe at first the spruce forest looked like the perfect base location, but after setting up a bunch of buildings and being in it for a while, you're just sick of that pale green grass and you're tired of the mountains around this place too. After putting up with the bad feelings about the area that you're in for long enough, eventually you consider moving, like I just mentioned. Does this sound like you? And finally, the vibe. Now, this one's a little more abstract, elites. The vibe is a complex thing, but basically, the vibe is the feeling of your world, how things kind of are. Are you excited to hop onto your world and do things, or are you uninspired? You hop in the world, you walk around for a little while, and then you just quit the world and do something else. If you're not feeling the energy to hop into your Minecraft world and do things, then it is obviously going to be time to restart your world. If you're tired of most of the builds that you built and you'd like to tear them down or just completely redo them, or if you're tired of the area that you built your base in, it's probably time for a new world. If hopping into your world is unexciting, the energy just isn't there, then it's definitely time for a new world. If you want your world to get better, you have to actually want to do things in it, and if you don't want to do things in it, and you do things anyways, those things aren't going to be done very well. Now, don't get me wrong, vanilla survival Minecraft, it's fun, it's a classic, but at the same time, vanilla survival Minecraft can get a little bit repetitive. It's pretty basic and sometimes pretty predictable. If you're tired of the predictable vanilla Minecraft, maybe it's too easy for you, maybe you've just done it too many times, well, good news, I have the perfect thing for you. Meet data packs. Data packs are basically mini mods. If you're tired of that repetitive vanilla Minecraft grind, try checking out some data packs. Data packs are really cool. Different data packs let you do different things. This data pack, for example, lets you build a Minecraft town. Like, you have the central hub and you work to expand your town that way instead of just running around and grabbing blocks and, normal Minecraft. I haven't tried it out, but it sounds pretty cool. The Minecraft community is absolutely gigantic. It's probably the biggest gaming community out there. With such a gigantic community, that means there's going to be a lot of different ideas within that community. A lot of people in the Minecraft community have turned those ideas into reality with things like mods and data packs. If you're tired of vanilla Minecraft, that repetitive feel, then it's definitely time for a data pack or a mod. But data pack or mod, which one should you go with? Well, how close to vanilla do you want to stay? If you'd like to only change a few things about the game, data packs are the thing for you. If you'd like to change literally everything and put machines in your game, then definitely go with mods. So mods and data packs, yeah, they're cool, but how does that relate to starting a new world? Well, do they sound like something you'd like to do? Like, no. If the answer is yes, it's time for a new world. You could always just drop a data pack into your world and continue on. If it's a small data pack, like a mob head data pack, it might actually give you a few more things to do in your world and you can keep it. But if it's a bigger data pack, or if it's a mod, you should definitely start a brand new world. I mean, honestly, with a mod, you might have to start a new world because a lot of mods aren't in the current version of Minecraft anyways. But basically, if you're tired of vanilla Minecraft and you want a new challenge, it's time for a new world, and it's time to spice things up with data packs or mods. This next one is all about the farms in your world. Have you built a lot of farms in your survival world? Are those farms really, really good? Are those farms that you built, or for that matter just builds in general, at a point in your world where there would be no point of building new ones or revamping them? Basically, are the things in your current world perfect? If the answer is yes, smash that like button. Also, if the things in your world are perfect and they don't need any more work, then it's probably time to start a new world. You could totally go off really far in your existing world and start from scratch, that would work, but certain things really kind of just can't be done again in your world. If you build something like an Ender, sure, you could just build off of your end island again and take the project on all over again from scratch, but at the same time, I mean, you already have a gigantic Enderman farm. Why go through the trouble of building a new one when you already have an amazing one that you spent a lot of time on in your current world? Just use that one. See, this one is a tricky one. A lot of people like the idea of just ditching their stuff at their old base, walking really, really far, and starting from scratch over there in the same exact world. For some people, this works, but for me, it just doesn't seem exciting at all. Personally, I would get way too tempted when I run low on something to just go back to the other base and grab it from there, or just take it off of one of my old builds that I don't use anymore. Personally, when you're tired of a world, I think it makes a whole lot more sense to just start a brand new world instead of moving really, really far away. In that new world, you won't have any of those crazy farms or crazy builds that you've already built, which is unfortunate, but it's also a good thing, because in that new world, those things don't exist. So you get the chance to actually build them from scratch all over again without the temptation of just using the old ones or taking the old ones apart and using the materials from those old ones. If you're big into the Minecraft survival grind and you like to make gigantic, massive farms in your world, and you've actually already done that, or if you're just a builder and you like to build a lot of cool things in your world and you've done that, then it's probably time for a fresh start. A fresh world means fresh builds, means fresh farms. And that last one brings us to our final point perfectly. Are you big into the Minecraft endgame grind, but also missing that new world feel? Do you play Minecraft and literally just like to place dirt, and you place so much dirt in your world that it just is really, really old feeling? Do you like to just walk around your world and explore, and you've explored so far that there is nothing left to explore somehow? I don't know how you could do that, but maybe you did that. If you did that, good for you. Do you just straight up miss that early world feel, that early game grind? If the answer is yes, this is the biggest one. It's time to start a new world. Minecraft is a game with so many different possibilities. With so many different possibilities, there are many, many different ways to play the game. But eventually, when playing the game pretty much any of those ways, the game is just gonna feel different. Eventually, you'll be more established. Once you're more established, the game gets a whole lot easier. For me, Minecraft's early game grind is one of my favorite parts about this game. The early game grind is just unmatched by anything else ever. The early game grind, that early game struggle, it just hits different. If you've been missing those new world feels, or honestly thinking about making a new world at all, then it's definitely time to make a new world. If you're really in love with your world and loving the things that you're doing in that world, then you wouldn't be thinking of making a new world at all. If the thought even enters your mind on its own, naturally, then it's probably time. That old world needs to go. And so, if you have new people joining your world, if you're feeling uninspired, if you want to build new types of builds, or if you're missing that early game feel, it's definitely time for a new world. That's going to be it for today, elites. If you enjoyed today's video, please leave a like and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. Turn that notification bell on so you're notified about every single video. Today, I'd like to send a big shout out to my patron, Fred Monster. Thank you so much for the support. Until next time, it's been me, your boy. Goodbye.